What is going on, guys? We are back with another video here on Moini Aquatics and Reptiles, and today is the day we work on their outdoor habitat. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so we are back outside, and this right here is what we're going to turn into the outdoor habitat for my turtles. Alright, we got I told you guys about this 5-gallon bucket over here that I have. That's right here. All we gotta do is hook it up to this, which is our pump, and we are good to go for the most part. Alrighty guys, so we have all of our hoses right here hooked up to our pump. We have the intake to our pump, the output to our pump. This right here will end up going straight to our filter right here on this bottom one, and then these two right here are going to be what come out of the top right here and then right there. Now this right here I'm pretty much going to take and put like this, right kind of at that kind of angle, just like that, and this is going to come over here. We'll go just like that. Now mind you, you're going to want to get some PVC sealer for all these things. Actually this stuff I might not put that on, just so I can make sure I can constantly move it around if I need to. This one is going to come right around over here and push that in nice, and this one is going to come in right here and push that in. Now mind you, I'm doing this as like an initial setup type of deal. I can already almost promise you it will not stay like this. I do have other bulkheads that I'm probably gonna end up putting in the actual structure of this and making a seal with the gaskets that they have with them. You can kind of see that gasket right there in the middle. But for right now, this is how it's going to end up going, and it doesn't look the best. If I can get it to look nicer, then maybe we'll keep it like this. I don't know. Get some plants around there and whatnot. This whole thing's going to get rocked in and all that. Cover up the pump a little bit and go from there. Alright, so these are some of the rocks that I'm going to end up using for the pond. We're going to rinse them off and then start getting them in there. Mind you, I want to hide that pump as best as possible, so it might be a little bit more imperative that I get the bigger ones in first. Alright, so just so you guys can see what I'm actually doing over here, that's basically what I'm doing, just trying to cover up the pump as best as possible. Alright guys, so this is pretty much how it's going to end up looking. As you see, I tried to build up as much of that one side as possible so you can hide that hose and the wire a little bit better so that the turtles can't necessarily get to it. They'll realize that they will still probably manage to find a way. I also tried to build it up a little bit in the back over there, as you can see, just to give them probably a nice little area for them to chill and hang out a little bit. I'll put a bunch of small rocks on top of that in order to get it to the point where they can comfortably sit on it. But other than that, this is pretty much all empty still. This is basically empty. You can't really do much of anything with that just yet. So you go to the store and grab a few more things. Anyways, this is where we sit so far. Alright guys, so we are back from the store. It is a little dark out, as you can see by the darker sky. That, and there's a storm moving in, so I'm probably not going to do much with this tonight. But we have some plants. We have some rocks. We're going to take all those big rocks right there, throw them in the back of that thing.
But this right here is how it sits right now. Pump's running good. I got the flow figured out on the pump to make it so it doesn't overflow the bucket. And I will see you guys in the morning. Alright, so I totally forgot there was a light out here. And yeah, well, now we can successfully try to set up at least the pond half of this. Now, what I'm doing right now is basically rinsing all the rocks that I'm going to be putting into this thing. That is actually pretty loud, so I'm going to just leave it like that. But as you can clearly see from all the muddy water coming out, we are rinsing pretty well so far. Now, mind you, there's also a hole in the bottom of this one. That was not on purpose, but it actually works out good for this type of thing. In the sense of it will let all the water drain out through the bottom, causing all of this essentially to happen. So, I guess it's a good thing, somewhat, but you can see how dirty this water is coming out. And yeah, we're gonna get both of these two bags of pea gravel rinsed up and thrown into the bottom in this section over here. Alrighty, so we got all of our pebbles in. Now the water is going to be a little murky right now. Rinsing it only gets like 90% with these things out. But we are looking good so far. We're just filling it back up. I have my rocks in over there. That's a little muddy over there. I don't really care about that. Soil is going to go on top of that area. And then we're going to put some mulch. And I'm going to find a place to put those succulents. We have a nice little plant right there. Which is not really a little plant. It's definitely without a doubt taller than this thing. Then I have a couple more ideas for plants to go along with this thing. And after all that is said and done, it's time to get cycled and throw the turtles in. Alright guys, so we got all the rocks in, the water in, chemicals in. Now there was one other section of this that is over here to this side, over here. I may have already done that already. Totally forgot to videotape that. In any event, this is the finished product right here. All the water, chemicals, all up there. The only thing I can really think to get for up there is probably a hide or something like that, just so that way there's a nice little area for them to lay down in. Anyways, this is pretty much your finished product of this. There's going to be some plants over there just to cover the filter, make that all look nice. But this right here is pretty much how we're going to look. Nice little viewing area right here next to it. A nice big old plant right there. And then we got the land section totally full of rocks, mulch, and soil. A couple plants. And there we go. Now all we gotta do is let it acclimate. And by that I mean cycle. And we are good to add the turtles. Alright guys, well, that's the video. I hope you've enjoyed watching it as much as I've enjoyed making it. Until next time, I will see you later.